Okay, so we pre-processed our data, we made sure that everything's cleaned up so that the quality of whatever's going in is going to be high. Where do we go from here?
We're going directly into planning.
Okay.
So we have now good data quality. So we pre-processed everything. And now we're going to the next step, to the next report.
Okay. Wait a minute. So we were just in A, and then I see that the others have B, C, and so on. Is that on purpose? Like we're supposed to go in this order, or?
Yeah. So we created this as a use case demo. So the whole planning scenario. So first of all, data preprocessing, because this is needed for all the artificial intelligence functions. And then we have like a forecast, top-down planning, bottom-up planning, controller view. And we have some example reports, which just demonstrates the usage of the different functions. And then we have like a final report, which sums up everything, which has everything in detail in there.
Okay.
So now we are going to the regional forecast. So this is a standard planning report, and we plan different measures here: units, gross revenue, discount, and someone already planned values here for 2018. And now we want to see, okay, is this a good forecast? So it's even when I put numbers in here, I want to say, okay, I have different features. I look on the previous years and so on, but is this really accurate for the next year? So I want to have some help, some assistance to know, is my forecast good or not? So I can click on predict. And what is done now by the algorithm is that it takes the last 3 years, look of historical data, looks them up, find patterns in it, and project it into the future. So what we get back is the prediction, the predicted forecast for this year. And it's not only that, it's also that we have upper and lower bounds.
Okay, so the dark blue is then the upper bound and the other one is the lower.
Exactly.
Okay, and then the prediction is that light blue one.
The light blue one,
yeah,
which is mostly covered from our forecast. So we did a good forecast here. But what was not taken into account by this planner is that there is the spike in April. So and we saw that. So we can adapt it according to the forecast and put a little more into that. So now it fits perfectly. So maybe we go back to the original value. So it was like something like this. So now we can see, okay, our forecast is in between these upper and lower bounds. So everything's all right here. So the more difficult part of forecasting is when we start from scratch. So now I want to plan and forecast for the next year, 2019. And nothing is there. So I don't have any values to compare with. So what will I do? I will look on the previous year and on the previous, maybe not only on the previous year, but on the last 3-4 years. And exactly this is what is done by the prediction algorithm. And we can not only do this for units, we can also do this for gross revenue. So we can just select this. So it doesn't matter which one we choose. It's always done. And we can also do this for all the hierarchy levels. So we have customers here. We can go to every country, and we can go to every product group, and everything is predicted. So I click on predict here. And what is done now again is the last 4 years are taken into account, or the last 3 years. Depends on how much data you have. And then the prediction is done for the next year, in this case, for 2019. So now I have a good starting point for in this case, gross revenue. So what I can do now is like, so now we can copy the values like we used to do in other planning reports, and we are not copying the previous year, but the predicted values.
Okay.
So everything's here now. So we have the predicted values now as a baseline, and now we can start adapting them. So let's say we know, like in the other in the other time series, we saw that April is always very good.
Yeah.
So we will put more on April. Let's say we're very for it. So we have 5 million here. So, and then it also shows us that we are out of bounds now. We are over the upper level. But we are sure that we can make it in April, and we can also adapt something else. Like maybe in September we know that it's not worked very well in the last year, so we are pessimistic here. So we do a lower forecast here. But what we can do is we can use this prediction values as a starting point, and then only adapt to what we think where the algorithm is not working very well.
Okay, and this was really in this case for all products, all customers, and stuff like that. So really, this shortened the amount of time a planner would need by a ton because they're only adjusting data that's already been done,
Exactly.
right? Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. So as you can see here, so we have to do the planning for all the different regions, for all the different product groups, and all the different measures. So there are a lot of people involved, and they need a lot of time.
Yeah.
And if you have like this baseline as a recommendation, it is done even, I don't know, a lot faster than before.
Okay, so that means what we'll look at next is going to be then different types of planning, right? The other reports we saw?
Exactly. Okay. So then the next step will be the top-down planning. So I go to the demo reports. So it's C now, top-down planning. It's also a standard planning report where we have the previous years here, and we already have the prediction here. And now I set the targets for the next year. So we can take this prediction and can increase it a little bit because I want
We're optimistic.
Yeah, I want to have more here. And we can also predict for 2020 if you like. But normally the further future is predicted not so well.
Okay.
So if you're going way down the road in the future, so this upper and lower bounds, what we saw, like this, they are getting wider and wider.
Okay, yeah.
And this will also happen for 2020. So we will have a prediction there, but the uncertainty will be bigger there than in 2018.
Okay, makes
so
sense.
normally we will predict the next 12 to 18 months. So there are, but not the future like in 2021. But we can do this if you want. So if you want to just have a clue, and what we can also do is update this monthly. So
Okay, yeah.
As time goes by, so we will get better and better results here. Okay, so now we have set the goal here, and now we come to the next step, that the planner, the bottom-up planner, now has these targets for 2019. So we have this spike here. So, we have that for units. So we go back and we're not only planning units, we are also planning net revenue. And we copy it. And then let's see. So, and we have this as a target.
And the outlier is pointed out again here with the kind of orange, yeah.
And let's see. Okay, so we have 40 million here from our adapted prediction. from our adapted automatic forecast. And we have 40 million here, so we are matching. So this is good. So the forecast also matches what the top-down planner has entered. So we can adapt now to be more accurate, or if he put more money here, we can also adapt to that. But it should be in the range of the forecast. So we should not go over these lines, only if we know, like in this April case, that something special happens there. And this is more or less the last step from the active planning phase. But we also have other people involved in planning, for example, controlling. So what they want to do is they want to have a quick overview of all the forecasts that were done by the planners. And they are not so into the detailed numbers, but they want to see where should I look? Where are numbers which are maybe not so accurate, or which are spikes, or where has a planner maybe forgotten to plan something, or planned way too much. And we have in this report, we can use these predicted values, these predicted ranges, to quickly identify which values are out of bounds, which are not so accurate. And then we can see, okay, why does the planner has put a higher value here? So we can look up comments, and then the controller can say, okay, this seems accurate or not, can improve this or not. And we have this in one slide, just with and the controller does not have to go through all the values and have to check it. You can just look at these values which are marked by these upper and lower bounds.
Okay, so that's more of a guide of, oh, here might be a problem. This is where you need to double check and things.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.